Residents Association, and I will leave Mr. Raymond to introduce himself before we start.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Raymond Brown. I am the president of the Dalaba Homeowners Association. Today we're here for our meeting, our HOA meeting. And today we have the press here. We want to welcome you guys. We're here to talk about a few issues concerning the estate. You all know the recent activities that have been happening in the estate, and we are here to address some of those issues and some of the issues that we had with TAP, with what he promised us and what hasn't been done yet, and we are here to talk about that. Shia has already introduced himself, and I'll let you go ahead and continue.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Raymond. Yes, as Mr. Raymond rightly said, if you remember a few days ago, we actually sent this notice. Let me put this clear. I think we'll be speaking in English. At the same time, we'll translate in Wolof, and my Mandinka is not very good, but I'll try in Mandinka so that everybody can get it. I think that's fair enough for everyone. That's okay for everyone. Very well. At the beginning, we first want to stay as a group. We always wanted to make sure we are focused. We always wanted to make sure we are on track, and then try to keep everyone into this, and we push together as a family. And when we recall, months or a year or 2 years ago, we have been actually encountering a lot of problems in this estate, in terms of security, in terms of the reticulation services, in terms of the road network. All of this has actually been an issue in this estate. But I can clearly tell you, with the lack of organization among ourselves, actually we could not really have a voice for the past 2 years. Recently, we've actually witnessed a lot of burglary attempts, and of course some thieves that are actually invading this estate, stealing many things that of course we had no other place to cry this about, unless we have to organize ourselves, make a voice, and make sure this is actually extended to every stakeholder to be aware of this. If we want to go through this meeting, if you look at the notice of the meeting, I think everybody should have this. We just actually organized the points of discussion. At the very first point here is the formation of the Dalaba Residents Association executive members. As you see, we have very few people in the executive. Many of us at the moment, working for the past week, we've actually been doing this voluntarily. Some people actually come forward. I don't want to call their names at the moment, but many people actually come forward to do this voluntarily. We had so many residents, so many members in this association that actually has been waking up from 12 midnight to 1 to 2 a.m. walking around the estate to try to see who are we actually in a suspicious state, to make sure we report this to the police. This, I want to inform you, that has been happening for the past days. And we actually want to applaud them. We want to really tell them thank you for their wonderful job. And for the formation of the executive, you know, I want to say something. Every organization, every association, every group or gathering you see, there must be what we call an executive body. The body is not actually about security, it's about representing the entire people, the entire people's voice. This is actually the representative mark. That's why we actually need the executive. At the moment, we have the position of the president, who is Mr. Raymond. We have the position of the vice president, which is vacant. We have the position of the treasurer, which is vacant. We have the position of the secretary, which is vacant. The operation head is vacant, and advisor legal is also vacant, and head of security advisory board, that is also vacant. So immediately after this meeting, we will actually want to appoint people, and anybody can appoint anyone, because we are actually doing this the same. Yes, exactly. No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem. Yeah. So after this, we will appoint each and every one. We are all free into this. We are all equal into this, because we are, as far as I'm concerned, we are all homeowners and residents here and everything. So we can actually do that immediately after the meeting. We'll start the appointment, giving out the forms for people to fill and appoint their own friends or family or whosoever. Next on the agenda, I'll read from the point. We have the estate security matters, which is really the key. I think it actually persuaded everybody to come into this meeting, to be part of the gathering to discuss much about the security matters. So many things are happening, and really we don't want to talk about the general national security threat in this country. This is not our objective today in this meeting. I want to make it very clear. It's not anything about political, it's not anything about things that actually has been a negative portion or from whatever people see it as a weakness of security. We all know what are the problems. But as far as we are concerned, as residents of this estate, we want to make it very clear that the estate security here is really our concern. We saw a lot of thieves around, and the number one problem that we see is that the estate is very, very porous. We had agreements with the developer years ago when we bought our properties. We have our sale agreements, and then agreements, part of which was there will be a secure fence all around the estate. When we say a perimeter fence, means an estate that is going to be enclosed. This is the understanding, and this is exactly what has to be. And then obviously with 2 gates to try to limit and control the in and out of the estate, especially guests or visitors or whosoever really resides in this estate. So this is actually pending. It's lacking, and then we don't know the reason, because we've been actually following up for many times, and this has actually never happened. So today we are bringing this back to the people, because I'm pretty sure most of you guys are residing here, you own houses and properties, so this is really the best time that everybody should be discussing. Excuse me. So that is very important, and then there are some other issues that we also have to talk about. That is the general issues in the estate. That is in the likes of the maintenances, the trash collections, because recently we saw pictures in the group that small kids are actually taking up rubbish or trash from compounds and throwing them within the estate premises, which is absolutely wrong. This is not the responsibility of the government, it's not the responsibility of the developer, this is the responsibility of every homeowner to make sure that trash is not actually thrown on that street. Do you understand my point? And the other things which are very much secondary that we'll be discussing into the meeting, we will also open up the floor for everybody to understand. I will break down in Wolof. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. We just have to go straight to the point why we are here. He's trying to organize how we want the estate to work. But the real reason why we are here, we all know the past 2 days, what's been happening in the media. And this is going straight to tough. Understand? I don't want to beat by the bush, this and that and that. The agreement that we have with tough, 3 million, these houses, they don't want it. You can take that 3 million, go and buy another house somewhere and live there. But the reason why people buy this house for 3 million is because of the marketing strategy that he used to convince a lot of diasporans and some Gambians. If you are marketing something and you know you cannot uphold your promises, don't put it in your marketing strategies. There are so many things that convince people to buy. Maybe the security, people want to take their mothers from Bundum, take them from Banjul to Pongsby. You want to bring them here, their sons are in Europe hustling their heart and money to make sure their parents sleep peacefully. It's better let them leave them in Bundum. You bring them to an estate, because Taff said he's going to be a gated estate, which has never happened. He said all the roads, he will fix them. Only few roads have been fixed. Street lights, solar lights, very few. You understand? Trees around the estate, nothing. And most of the houses, the equipment in some of the houses, they are not up to standards. You understand? But although it doesn't matter, what matters is the security part. People bought here, he promised that he's going to make a playground for the kids. You understand? An estate is not doesn't mean that it's only rich people who lives here. Most people who are living here, their sons are in abroad, they don't live here. They are struggling every day to make sure their parents are comfort. When they bring their parents here, they cannot sleep. So all what we want, we don't want to waste time. Tijan is going straight to the point how we want to organize ourselves, but me, I just hit the nail on the point. Let him come and fulfill the promises. This is not the first time. It has happened to many estates. People, they don't have voices to come out. But I just made this clear, he came to the wrong neighborhood. He have to make sure he upholds to the promises that are in the contract. We all move on. If we are happy, he's happy. I have no intention, none of us have intention to go to the media and spoil someone's business that you have worked for over years. As a matter of fact, I don't hate success people. I look up to them to be successful like them. You understand? But if you have more money than us, you're gonna use advantage on top of us. For me personally, it doesn't happen. You understand? So this is the reason why we are here. The main purpose of this meeting, inviting all you guys, is not for our executive meetings or whatever we plan to do in Dalaba. The purpose is to send the message clear. We sent our message clear. He came and told us that he will comply and fix the things that were in the contract. And those are the things we came to remind the whole world to see, to know that he agreed. He sent us a letter, which have been sent many times, but this time around we want the media to know that he replied to us, and then we are ready to hold him account to that, to make sure those promises are fulfilled. This is why we are here. So Mr. Taff, Mr. Njai, I admire you, I respect you, but this one is not a tough business. You have to come and complete what you started. We all move on. This is what I have to say. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Singade. Thank you. Yeah, actually, I'm going to the points as, you know, we also get a response from TAF based on all the complaints. And I would also like to discuss the points where they said. I'll just take one by one. With the perimeter fence, you know, according to our understanding, they've been really delaying a lot because, you know, we recently actually know about the third parties involved in this estate. That is a family called the Bari family. So they said they're the owner of the estate, and then they sold this estate to him, like the land which he developed, and then they were supposed to do like the fencing as part of the third party, which of course we objected because we don't know anybody actually that is involved into this. We actually dealt with the company, and we really expected that the company themselves will actually come and undertake and do the entire fencing. So they actually undertake the responsibility that they will carry on and then do the fencing as soon as possible, including the two gates. For the street lights, not all the streets are illuminated at night. Most of them from the D street all the way to the H. We don't have any crossing street lights to the inner part. So that also we urge him. He actually mentioned it in his letter that they will also be engaging their staff to come and deploy them so that they will fix these street lights. For the roads, this is the most complicated part here. You know, I want to remind everybody, with the roads, the first agreement that we had with this company, that we had in videos, in advertisement, in marketing, they said they are going to do a bituminized road. And let me break this down. A bituminized road is what you see on that highway, that black road. That is what is a bituminized road. So we just actually came and found that they started doing the slab. I myself, I actually stopped some of the workers by then and asked them, hey, are you sure you're doing the slab? They said, yes, it's the slab that we're doing. And what we had and what we gathered was slabs are more durable. We had some arguments that, well, for durability of any road, we definitely want to believe that asphaltic or the bituminized roads are really the most strongest and they're the best. So then later on they came with a statement that in fact they cannot do the entire roads of the estate because from the D you have the service plots, and the service plots, these are the plots that are actually built by their own homeowners. Actually they bought their land and they will build for themselves. And now let's put this in a context. They are accepting the fact that they are going to do the entire estate, the entire road. They took up the responsibility that they will do that. But in the agreement that they will wait until most of the houses are built across the streets up to a 70% completion before they will come and do the road. Why? Because they said when they do the road, the trucks are going to come and spoil the slab. And then the remaining 30% will be immediately when actually everybody moves. So my personal opinion, I think this doesn't make any sense. Let's just be honest ourselves. This doesn't make any sense. At the end of the day, if you said you don't want the trucks to spoil the road, now you're going to wait until 70% of completion of all these developments are done. So the remaining 30%, these people are also going to build and bring their trucks. So when the trucks come, eventually they're also going to spoil the slab again. So I don't really think that is definitely a statement that definitely makes sense, and I really don't agree with this. And we're still actually urging him to come and fulfill this to do the bituminized road. If that is actually the scare, or it's exactly what he's actually feared, that they're going to be spoiled by these trucks, let him just do bituminized and forget about it. Because we know bituminized, actually so many trucks and cars, thousands of them are plying along this road every day without any problem. So if that is the worry that they have, that the trucks are going to spoil the slabs, let them do the bituminized road, because we're not actually going backwards, and we just want this to be fixed no matter what. And remember one thing, in any estate, we accepted the fact that he made it in his statement very clear that he handed over Dalaba. We are calling it is a substantial handing over, because he apparently handed over all the houses. It's a substantial one. It's not actually the entire estate. If you need to do that, we have the executive, we have the association. You have to hand over, prepare your handing over certificate, send it to the group that is the representative, that is the association, and the association will look at it, invite all the parties involved. We look at it, we think that is a pass, and then we can get you a taking over certificate from the association. So then we can call it it's a done game. So after that, any responsibility on repairs, any responsibilities on upkeeping the estate will be solely the responsibility of the association. This is what we know that estates normally operate. But at the moment, everything is hanging. Roads are really muddy, and then we really don't like that. We are buying very expensive houses, very expensive plots in this estate due to the fact that we are really relying on these facilities to be present in the estate. So we want to make it very clear to him that we are not accepting to wait for 70% completion, but then it has to be done as soon as possible, as they illustrated here. The fruit trees, well, we will come to that, because we know upon making these roads, we believe that they will be actually doing the fruit trees. And the playground, you know, when the advertisement came that there would be some public amenities, we all know what are public amenities. Spaces there where you're going to do your park, a space where you're going to do your playground, because we all have children here, a space where you're going to do a mass. We haven't actually seen any of this happening. For the past 2 years, when I got the site plan from them, I saw clearly in the site plan that they marked all these vegetative areas, the green areas, which supposedly actually, you know, supposed to be for these amenities. But then we saw a mosque actually being started. Nobody explained to us. We don't even know what is going on. And the communication between them and the estate, I can clearly tell you, is really not functioning properly. We just wake up and see people walking. We just spend the day and then we see them going home. So please, we want the company to be communicating to the association to tell us exactly what are the plans. And if there are changes of plans, let them communicate. If they want to change from bituminized to slab, let them come and tell us that, look, our friends, this is what we have as a proposal. We said this, but then we believe this is more durable. We put it on the table, we discuss, and if everybody's agreed or everybody accepts it, then we move on. We don't have any problem. We don't chase anybody. We don't want to be, you know, an enemy to anyone. But then these are some of the key responsibilities that they really have to take over and then do for the estate. You know, I think, you know, I will stop there for now until if anybody actually has something to say, then we continue on the other points. Raymond, do you have something to say?
I guess you have said it all. Chair has said it all. Now, if there's anyone that has anything that you want to add, you can go ahead and speak up. Anyone? Nobody?
In Wolof, Mandinka,
Mandinka,
Fula, any language. Because later we'll try to break down in some languages so that people can understand.
Yeah. You have to come a little bit here.
Yes, you can come.
It can reach there. It can reach there. No.
Yeah, but then you will not talk to me.
Well, anyway, just for people who are watching, some people they take sides. Some people are fixing this thing to the security of the country. We are not working for President Barrow. We are fighting for what he paid for. As I said, this is the reason why we are here. We are not here to say that, oh, Gambia security is a problem everywhere in the Gambia. Yes, let me just finish. It's a problem everywhere in Gambia. We all know that. But what we are saying, we never accuse Taff that he's responsible for the criminals that are coming into Dalaba. But he contributed part of it. If he fulfilled on the proposal that on the agenda that he sold to people while building this estate, the security will not, the thieves and the bandits will not come into Dalaba, which have to do with a gated estate, you know. So I just want people to know that this syndrome of I'm a big man that has to stop in this country if we have to move. No one is untouchable if you go against the rights of the other people. For me, this advantage before I travel in Gambia, I can take it, but now I don't do it. I give you transu. The thing that you're gonna sell to me have to work the transu. You understand? But knowing that, okay, I can do this and go skate through is over. Let him come and finish what he started. We all move on. Because people pay, as I said, the houses, the 3 million, you can buy land somewhere and build it. But the reason why people spend those kind of money is because of the amenities that he said is going to make it available, which is very difficult in Gambia to have your kids to go and play in playgrounds. So these are the little things we ask for them. Other than that, we are not complaining anything. As he said, communication is key. If you change something, I think it's right to show them respect and tell them that, oh, we said this, but we cannot do this, we're going to do that. Then we agree, we move on. So this is what I want to say, that Uncle Tuff, just come and finish the business. We move on. Your business has been going on for the past 30 years, and you don't want one quarter of your investment to spoil the rest of the business. Because this alone, what have been put out in the media, is going to damage a whole lot. And then we don't want to drag this on. But as long as he doesn't come, this thing will continue on. Yes, this is what I have to say. So a promise is a promise. Let him just fulfill the promise. We move on. Thank you.
Thank you. Somebody wants to say something.
Somebody want to say something? Come ahead.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Man la ñu nuyu yéen ñëpp kenn ku ne sa tur sa sant ñu fi toogee man la ñu nuyu man tey suma wax daal si ñaari affaire ñu nekk Dalaba fii beneen bi oncle Taf la fu ma ko njëkk a starté di oncle Taf comme suma broda bi nu ko waxee ngir yàlla mu ñëw jàppale ñu si estate bi fii mu ñëw jàppale ñu parce que dafa am lu ñu promise dafa am lu ñu wax te loolu eggalagut ko te jullit nag da nga war a sàmm sa kaddu jullit da nga war a sàmm sa kaddu nit soo waxee dara da nga ko war a jëf jullit ne nag da nga sol mboobu naay rek nga ne jullit nga déedéet sometimes di nga gis koo xam ne dina sol lu rafet xaftaan muy jullit da nga koo déggal sa biir xol suñu meer yaa ngi fii léegi suñu tëddee sa pour ñelaw sa problème la ngir yàlla ñu ñoo jàppale suñu estate bi lu ñu promise mu ñoo égali ko tey nag dégg la dafa jot pour ñu wax ko parce que ñu fi nekk nii tey Taf dafa am lu ñu wax te daf ko war a égal si yoon ngir yàlla oncle Taf man mi wax ak yow man kaay nga ñëw jàppale suñu maire yi suñu tëddee tey pour ñu neloo sa problème la leen ñaareel bi tamit ñuy nekk Dalaba fii su nekkee am sécurité ñun sax dañ war a nekk suñu sécurité bopp dañ war a tray bu baax Dalaba nekkul lii kese la Dalaba ëpp na lii ana ñeneen ñi dañ war a tray yëgante buggante soppante man kese maa nekk suma kër kii suma néebu la waaye léegi du ma ko ooyee suma néebu suma sista la benn bés dama feebaroon fii ma nekk suma biir néeg ñoom ñoo ma ñëw jël ñu ma hospital la su ma xamutoon duñ ma yóbbu waaye dañ ma xam loolu moo tax gars yi ñëw yóbbu ma tey su nekkee kenn ku ne area boo nekk da nga yëgante ak sa morom sa néebu tey soo gisee keneen kuy dem sax soo ko xamee da nga ko ne hey fooy dem fooy dugga da nga xam ko si kër booy dem da nga xam ko dafa am ko fa am su ko xamutee rek nga tray nga laaj ko fan lay dem foo ñu tray yëgante et puis suñu amee fii si jor bi foo ñu tray yëgante ñu buggante soppante ñun neen kese dañ war a xamante maa ngi sant suma yaay bi tamit daf dee tray baax si Dalaba fii suma yaay caamas suma oncle bi tamit tray na fi fii leen waxoon ne fi sécurité pour ñuy fay sécurité ñu doon fay sax bëriwutoon sax waaye fa ñu tray ñun neen kese et puis suñu amee fii sécurité foo ñu tray ñu nekk suñu sécurité bopp ñu buggante soppante oncle Taf juma bugga neen ko jàkka bugga neen ko ñun ay jullit den ifin cooc sax su nekkoon christian bu fi dañ fa war a def war a def cooc parce que dafa am ñu génnee seen xaalis ñu fay estate 3 millions nekkul wa $100 de dafa seer te ñu ko ut tamit seen ñaxa leen ko utee fii nag
Madame Bella, I thought you were inside the car.
Asalaamaaleykum mbooloo bi maa ngi leen di nuyu yéen ñëpp di nuyu suma dëkkandoo di dëgëral si lu kii jógee wax léegi nii si affaire yi dëkkandoor man foog naa bu ñu amee sécurité sax dëkkandoor yi ñu taw war nañ di seetante parce que man keroog bu ñoo sàcca suma kër su fekkoon ne dëkkandoor yi comme dañoo bàyyi wante xel bu baax mais bi sàcca yi du noo rëcca because sàcca yi moto lañ indi ba suma bunti kër eb suma rayda jëkkër bi eb suma bagage yi te loolu 5 minutes mënu koo def 10 minutes mënu koo def ëpp na 10 minutes ëpp na 5 minutes so su fekkoon ne dëkkandoor yi ñu ngi bàyyi wante xel bu baax a baax bagage yooyu yëpp duñ noo rëcca mais bi amaana su fekkoon ne noonu seetante man suma fi indoo dama dee bàyyi xel torop suma dëkkandoor bi këram ma gisee bunti këram ubbi ko sax dama dee dem di ko delloo so loolu gën a tax may wax ñun dëkkandoor yi te naka lañ ko daal dëkkandoor dafa am aaxa bu nekk suñu diggante dañ war di bàyyi wante xel bu baax bul ne rek comme dugguy suma kër man maa suma kër maa ngi séef suma yoon nekku si loolu du dëkkandoor war nañ di bàyyi wante xel war nañ soo déggee nooy sax nga yurundu sa next door mbaa mu fa sa ka yoo sa dëkkandoor xam na ne yow doo fa dee nekka doo fay indu nañ di bàyyi wante xel man paat boobu lay wax taf jàppale ñu estate bi fii lii soo ko xoolee doone estate la fa bii rek laa gis estate bi nga xamante ne amul bunta estate bi nga xamante ne moto dafa dugga anytime bu ko ne génn anytime soo duggee si biir estate bi lu nekk nga dee dajeel yenn saay bëccëg nga dajee nit ñi nga xamante ne sax duñ Gambien doo xam fuñ jógee soo waxee ñu ne dañ ñëw liggéey si soo mu jàppale ñu bu baax suñ tëjoon estate bi ku fee dugga dinañ war a xam kii ban nationalité la dafa ñëw liggéey si wala dafa ñëw def si dara suñ yee benn néebo am na xale bu góor bu ñëwoon di fogaa bunti këram bi ne dafa ñëw liggéey si waaye maire bii nii taxaw nii moo ko laajte si koo ñëw mu ne ko dama ñëw liggéeyal si kii ma kool kooku mu ne ko man ooyuma kenn pour mu ñëw liggéeyal ma soo yooyu noonu yëpp bàyyi wante xel dëkkandoor moom moo waral loolu su bàyyitoon xel xale bu góor daf doon dugga si kër bi sàcca kooku noonu taf jàppale ñu ba pare dëkkandoor yi li ma wax nii ngeen bàyyi seen xel ñuy bàyyi wante xel nañ di bàyyi wante xel waaw ñun ñoo dëkka ñi toog ñooy bàyyi wante xel.
Mariela want to say something.
Mariela, you want to say something?
I want to give you a reminder because
Okay, take your
the
mic, take your mic.
entrance,
Yes, sorry.
because the entrance to Dalaba, the entrance is very, very difficult for a lot of people. One, we don't have to forget this one who passed away, who have the accident at this road. When you want to go in Dalaba, first you can't find it in the night. It is only a small light. It is for no one possible to find it. A taxi, you want to call him, 100 times you need to tell him where to go. It is not easy. It's no signboard, nothing. And this entrance is very, very, very bad and dangerous for the kids and for everyone who goes in and out. Also, what is in front of Dalaba, look at this. It is terrible. It is green now, but wait, when it is hot, it will look like bush. And I hope everything will become good very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mariela. See something next to them? What assistant?
I think she wants to say something.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah maa ngi nuyu ñëpp ci seen tur ak seen sant di wax auzu billahi mina seytaani rajim yal na yàlla dàqal seytaane yi ci suñ Dalaba bu nit ak bu jinne nag laa wax waaw ñoo fi fees del waaye dëgg Moustapha Ndiaye man li ma am rek mooy pour wax ak moom Moustapha Ndiaye dimbale ñu ni ñu ñëpp waxee mos nga gis Dalaba bu amul sécurité bu amul géej fu la neex waay soo buggee dem Dakar jaar si fi boo buggee dem Ziguinchor jaar si fi loolu ba kañ nag ñun léegi suñ tëddee sax duñ nelaw ñu sudu doon yaa bàjjen jaañ mii ñu ne nit loo ko bañ waxal ko jikkoom yaa bàjjen moo tax duñ ñuy toj ba cëg de fu mu dégg yëggatu rek jóg na dem seeti kan la waaw man am na bés ñuy may indil ay bagage rek man maa ngi woon ci biir de waaye dafa jóg ne kooku yow koy seet mu ne ko anti laay seet mu ne ah waaw xanaa ñu seet ndax mu ngi feem déet loolu rek dafa am solo comme ni ko Bella waxee foo naa ki doon wax mooy Bella waaw dëkkandoo buñ ko def tubaab yi sax ñu ngi seetante surtout nit ñi ñuul ñi nañ seetante buñ ko def dëkki tubaab ñun duñ tubaab waajuñ koo nekk ñun nit ñu ñuul lañ suñ doom yee ñu dimbale suturaal ñu dëkkal ñu fi ah léegi soo buggee dugga fii ci ñax yi rek ngaa dugga ci biir amul fence amul dara ah loolu dafa doy waar de
ñun suñ bakkan yaa ngi ci xotti neen waaye dama ragal ne yàlla leen ëpp doole nag moom mi ñu fi indi ku nekk am na foo jógee dal di fi ñëw ndig jàmm rek ak dal mun a jaamu sa borom bu baax a baax a baax waaye lii jël ay Nigerians man maa ngi dégg sax naa Nigerians yi dañ leen béel ban façon yi béel ah loolu mooy ñëw a rey leen waaw waaw yow nga war leen a temps boo xam ne dañ leen di tëj bu baax a baax a baax ba pare these Nigerians they are the first mafias in the world waaw waaw ku leen xam sax duma la xam man ku leen miin sax bugguma la xam parce que yàqkat yu bon lañ mun lañ laa reeb di xoolal seen jaas yi ñu amee woon yooyu lañ lay reyee nag nga ñëw toog di xoole sa njaboot gi ñàkk nañ leen fagaru ñu jéem a seet Nigerian si ku leen béel xanaa ki leen béel dafa nekk ci biir mbir mi mun naa am mu ngi ci biir mbir mi parce que am na loo xam ne xel du ko nangu waaw ki leen biir xaw ma aji la tudd xaw ma di bii waaye mu ngi ci biir de mu ngi ci biir mooy xaaral tey bési wax la tey dañoo wax ñun dañ yàgg a noppi de ñun dañ yàgg a noppi yéen a ñu fi one nañ wax kon dañoo wax liñ war a wax waaw su fekkee ne yow kenn kuy dimbale nga jéem a dimbale taf sampal ñu suñ sécurité gate yi mbedd maa ngi nii road bi kenn defaru ko ku fi dox sa daala ñaari yoon sa daala yi teppeeku waaw parce que defaruñ yoon bi dañ war a def lii estate la yéen a wax léegi millions of dollars moom la fi gaañi def suñ doom yi yal na leen yàlla fay suñ rakk yu góor yu jigéen yi yal na leen yàlla fay man daal li maa ñaan Moustapha Njie wallaay Njie ku li ñëwal dimbale ñu defal ñu sécurité bala ngaa dugg ñu xam la bala ngaa génn ñu xam la loolu daal laay wax man suma wax fa la em ba beneen yoon ba ngeen dajaleeti ñu yal nañ dajale waat ci jàmm asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi taala wa barakaatu. Merci.
Anyone else?
Comme
gars am nga affaire bi oui ma
maire bi mooy naan
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. maa ngi nuyu waa Dalaba yëpp jigéen ak góor mag ak ndaw man na may alkaali bi fii because maa fi jiitu su léegi yëpp suma kanam di ko sant waaye nag bari ma di wax ci groupe bu su am sax waaye man leen na rek lay wax affaire taf because buñ fi ñëwee lu bari la waxoon woon dina ko defar te defaru ko lu tax fii Jambanjeer mu defar bunta mu def am waccumaan kon ñun def ñu xeeb te ñun fii la njëkk a sampa mu soog a dem Jambanjeer soo fa demee léegi balaa ngay duga da nga fekk waccumaan bi ci bunta bi waaw lu tax mu xeeb ñu ñun defarul fii mu bàyyi ñu fii dem defar foofu te foofu amagul wan iya waaye pare na defar na bunta même rafet teg na fa waccumaan te képp kuy war a dugal dangay wax ne nomba bii lay war a dem nga dem lu tax ñun ñu bàyyi ñu fi comme àlla fii soo fee romba dangay wax ne fii àlla la du state te léegi nag dafa war a defar fii because dafa pormi suñ doom yi ne dana fi defar soo gisee suñ doom yi ñu sawar ñu jënd fii ci lu mu wax ay bataas bu mu defoon woon ba ñooñu gis ko bugga ko ñëw jënd fii ñun amuñ dara ku ñu gis fii dana teg ne ñun borom alal la ñun suñ doom yi ñu moo fi jënda teg ñu fii mun nañu toog fii léegi nag ñun duñ nelaw bëccëg duñ nelaw guddi because man barki démba rek laa gis benn booy suma kóori kër suba teel su ma jullee suba dama day génn suma kurus bi maa ngi wir la ma gis booy bi mu ngi am tubéy peinture tiisaat bu ñuul mu gis ma rek mu jël moobaayam bi yëpp poos mu def ni man dama taxaw rek di ko xool mu ngi xool ñi nga xam ne ñooñu jógaguñ man dama taxaw rek di ko xool ma xool ko ba mu xam ne kii mu ma bàyyi xel mu romba ma fiiw mu ñëwee boor bi te nuyuwul sàcc yi gétte nañu te ñun meer lañ amuñ doole na taf ñu dimbali ñu dafa bañ a dégg loolu nañu dimbale de nañu dimbale ñun meer lañ dégg nga dina am benn meer bu nga xam ne moom kenn moo nekk ci biir këram wala mu am benn meer bu nga xam ne fekk moom a doomam bu jigéen rek moo fa nekk sàcc su la fekkee foofu da nga am doole pour xeexaa ko ñu dee indi jaasi ak fetel ak tournevis ak ciseau because loolu yëpp gis nañ ko léegi nag maire yi naka la ñooy mu ne loolu man lu may wax taf ne na ñëw defar luñ ko santa lu mu promis nit yi na ko ñëw defar man suma wax foofu rek la am assalaamu aleykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh
Assalamualaikum. Dalaba resident mo be konton na del de nga kumo min soto jam bi mi em bendi jam wolom na estate o Kenya estate o fele lori mol bulu jam mo bebe silandi danaka ko mo malla mo la jam kote ko mamme mol muta jam miliyalon ko hanisa mol malo wolbe kalande nyame min tap naye lahido le ke so lahido ni mol lafta wala timmandi wala tel be la bewti jam wala ya sabun na da jam kadu ay ku jamal le fo jam miliyalon ka man tamala hanisa anda nyanta ka tamala min fen jamal bi janne miliyalon ko anyanta ke fenkele hani kordal ko jamal bi je wolbe sire bare fol sol soto kordal ko andun ala agent sol ni nge call pour yenana ibuka son nala wolom problème o andu wole atinante fon bi participate ta jam because ku jamal lebe jam miliyalon so nyanta ka dokule man doku so tel be mun kala wolom mole min be fo jang nim koto kel go anim mole min be fo jang is true mol be wole nyama non ta man na pour ka diam jama te nyanta min be fo la fon ya ko le fa sa entel yutsol fanam be min fo kam komin bas ya fa nyame comme be nga kay fangole security be kem fangole security nga fintintel damawol nga nyolong ka dum de lebi jambi ntelle bi jambi nga nyolong nga lombe tamala nyonya nga nyo kulia nga nyo bunya momo problem to mbelo nga mari fasa momo ya dimaso ta akuma bang nga lo nga nyo fasa isaje ko kuol be tamala nyame ntel fanan damawol tema balon nambe kidila nyo ka nyame balon nambe kala nyo nyame andum fanan de tak dan la minna wolom na nyin tenko si men jeto I try I order that because niaje sai jang molka dun jawo nya suta tili molka dunga diate nyamen tilibulol fay ka mo chu nyaja because fenne man sikiyo jang ko nyaaya je bla bebe hambalandi no ise estate mole ko dolle bondi jang dol man hani fon ka si jang right now man hani ka si estate ko no jang because be silandi munela goli minje fangol nim terangol nim fangol so mo man hani ko tanke yela korda bula jewo nyama eta anu yela dulalom ila resident lom eta inyanta ka happy jele nyanta ke fan soto jele bari man hani fon e fon la bunko no yala may easy so taf me min folay ay nanan ay ala promise of fulfill ani mole la hido min fo aya timmandi wolom dela ko county no nadiya mo man siya bakela na taranga min fo fana ma fa nyama an siya ko rotin do hamga wolom na consent jamawol mi la e fo ja nyanta ke kijan chojol playing ground ol be nyanta ka kijanne wol manke hani sai but main thing minti ay security londi mole jam mi ya lon ko at least wol ben tankala le rajen financial la no nga silon tel be dimbati yolle bijan wol bijan dol tijam ko dol mil fangol tijam fangol imang hakilo buka tenkunno because yela dimbayal bula dulal to dame ya lon ko bandiol be wato dulal be sunyala dulal be katila yala ma easy so ay nana ngayala promise of fulfill ay nay min fo ay wallahi do timande at least be na jama soto amanke mole ya kong mol ma kong bare ni moy lahi do city ni ma ka ba fo la ko ni nek ko bara man na ke so ya jele so wala atin nam bijang be o diamo be wala ke kan sainten we are scared you know pour stay jang you know because ajibe la man fence mo sinano anyhow fence wol man jamfa isi nyaay no do yedum yela kuwol ke mol taluna so ntabe mo be dane la nga finti rek la ñolong nga lombe tenkela ñoy be ke ñoy security ti dal be ke ñoy security ti because maybe more man sata be ke no la so ni jambe fenkerin tel nga ñolon ne ni nga je mo kata re ya ba ni kala kata min tole so ni ay mo kanante ya mo ba ni kala kata min tole so hanin tije fam be comfortable la mbalo nako mo ntay ya jawnya bar mol bije so wala ko beti no yeah ndabe mo be dan la yutsol fanam bijan nembe standby rin pour kaw kusipal milialo mimbentel toku yala ko toku ya si pasia ni sunliye sunya ikafengo bele mira so ibukalo so tel fanam belori wala jang ninga felsi pa jembe mari ares la lengi samba ani be sambala dame wala man sakunda be sambala jele ngalo ul bela kul telanya
be sitila nge kuntu nim pare nge fine for
fine you know so wo be sike no le because ajibe doro mimbe kering na sungul muta janne sungul yewul bel criminal like these people wol be bel la nyaadi le ite fangoni terrain do bi jam faw yo atal janne ni fangol domandi bo fala wacmano wo bortal so ite o mo sifa ne o muta onji wo mo sifa man nyana ka bel wol man nyana ka bel ibo bel la nyaadi le wolon ko sayentel sayen bawo yewol bel tel te hani la jang say mo jama bi jete hani la jang because islano jande ko tanke mol fenge comme mero ya fa nyaan you know because lungu men ne be mutale nata jande be kulubali Allah fay ka fa ko ha etel mo mon dinka be di disturb la jabe IG le commandile mari so something like that and before be arrest la fanan wala fot so say ni wol nata ka bel del bajala ko say del nyanta kam fam fenke because jamma easy ko tay ko ya understand ama easy ko tanke say mo de silan dal because ita ko be criminal o tres la ka ko abe IG le commandile te kam so yala ama easy so nta ka wala sifal ko ni man sakunda fana ye step ta ya mo la sikiyo ye mo la banko sikiyo that is their job ntel nyanta ka sikiyo la man kentel le nyanta ka sikiyo man sakunda security mi bije be la jol ka bon tel civilian o la bu so let them try by all means ye banko sikiyo fonni mo sifal ni e muta let them treat them as well e manyana ke fenke dro ye koloji be dro ye bel sina no le disaster ke ko tanke who knows o malong nin mulbe bulu fon joran jawol le be bulu jalawol be le be bulu nin buke mira mola e buke mira alala nin ke mira e fanson ko wonne mo mi yala nin jalam batolo alo wote mira ala kula so you know dal be min fala wolon ko be mo be danela tafu man sakunda o ye mol mako e fontal fanan sa fenke non fangole yeah ala baraka bal
Keba, you want to say something? Come. Keba. Come on, say something.
mbokk yi ba léegi rek comme ni ngeen ko gisee rek right now ñu ngi gis loolu yëpp gars yi bari boobu nañ
ci assalamu alaikum mbooloo mi man la Aji Badiane di wax ak waa télévision ñu ñëw pour interview yi di waxee nag si kaddu jigéen ñi ST bi yëpp bi li amee dañ fi form groupe ñun maire yeeg jeeg ñeeg ndaw ñi si wàlli jigéen ñi ñu mobilise nag joxante nombre téléphone yi pour sàcca affaire yi sàcca ak foori na siini nañ takka suñ digga yi pour jàppalante any foori na buñ gis si suñ estate bii ni te óoluwuñ la ñun jigéen ñi estate bi ñooy diggaaleeg yow wax nañ jëf moo des dañ soona nañ tàyyi nañ dama nañ dee nañ fi mu toll nii ñooy suñ police boppa ñooy suñ sécurité boppa ñooy defal suñ boppa jigéen ñi Dalaba nag ñoo takku jox ma kaddu bii nii pour ma wax ko si biir mbooloo bi ne dañ soona fi mu toll nii kuñ fi gis te óoluwuñ la ooyuñ benn góor ñun jigéen yi dinañ jóg takka suñ digali xeexal ko suñ boppa am na nag benn jigéen bu ñëw si man di ma wax mbiri estate bi nii estate bi dafa tilim ban façon ngi tilim la waxuñ si wàlli set ak yooyu noonu foo génnee jalang nga génnee fii ñiy rent te rent bi kenn xamul ñan nga dee ban façon ngi nit nga dee rent jigéen ji jëkkëram dafa génn àddina mu ne su fekkee waa estate bi mun na ñooy dajale ñu toog wàccee fi kaamil pour ñun ñi fi dëkka suñ jaama ak suñ jaami njaboot bi mu ngi koy laaj parce que mun ta ñëw si biir mbooloo bi ñu ñëw na si mbiri nawek man de laaj naa góori nawek bi ndax jànguloo school su ñëwee tey bu ne la ne nanga su ëllëgee mu ñëw ne la lii gannaaw ëllëg mu ne la ne ma ne ko booy su fekkee jànguloo school delluwaata seen office bi ñu indil ñu koo xam ne dinañu riital suñ mita si properly ñu ngi wax nag ne mita yi lan mooy problème bi ñun xamuñ ko parce que jënduñ kër yi nañ génn ñu leeta ñu mbaa ñu firiñu fi mu toll nii xaalis bi ñooy laajte bari na te xamuñ lu ko waral ñi fee liggéey soo staatee di wax ak ñoom ñoo raw na président duñ taxaw xool la duñ taxaw faale la ñu boole ko waaxu ak ay doon noo bu dul jeex man de aswa mi dama stop seen ay doon noo bi su may laakaa ñoom daal buñ na ma ay doon noo ma jaara ñoom fu neexut parce que duñ nangoo déglu ñi te ñun xamuñ ñoom lan moo fee seen liggéey fi mu toll nii nag ñu ngi fi foom benn compagnie ñun jigéen ñi kese pour ñu sikiyoo suñ boppa ak suñ njaboot bi wax bi nag bari na am na ñoo xam ne mënuñ taw wax si biir mbooloo jëf moom moo des fi mu toll nii ñoom tuur nañ yaakaar ñun ñu yaakaar yàlla ak yonti yàlla Muhammad fi mu toll nii seen tuur yooyu noonu dinañ leen wane turi yàlla ko ëppa doole ragaluñ tey ragaluñ ëllëg ñu ngi toog na di leen xaar ak suñ kabudu bopp bu soobee yàlla tayi nañ naw te wane nañ àddina bi ne sonna nañ si sàcca yi nii sàcca yee tax ñu wax gis nga si kanami forest bii nii fi mu toll nii Cobra moo nekk fii jaani Cobra mu ngi fii am na jigéen boo xam ne fii daf ko fi daaxa diggi bëccëg ñun ñëpp ñu solu génna waaye naka ngay mun a génne comme ay jigéen di gis loolu noonu te amuloo ndimbal ñu génn dimbale ñu te yàlla rek tax sonna nañ tàyyi nañ wax biñ doon wax dañ ko nekk di bantuwaat waaye nag jigéen ñi estate bi dañ sonna wasalaam.
Assalamu alaikum. Me, what I just want to share is for TAF, we complaining we want the whole perimeter to be fenced, but not just a fence that a 5-year-old can easily jump. Not 1.8 meters fence. I don't know 1.8 meter fence as security fence. A security fence is at least 2 meters above. Please, even the perimeter that you fence, I see it as not as a security fence. You look at other estates like Barakatu and others. Look at, there's a huge difference. You feel like they are secure, they're living in a peaceful environment. We want similar thing. If you go around our street, East Street is now a passage for all these kids. People just get in and out. Please, if you're doing that job, go over again and get all some levels, at least 2-point-something meters, that can make it difficult for someone to jump over. And if possible, I don't know whether it's part of the contract, you put a reservoir for us. This will also deter criminals coming into the estate. Again, I'm going back to us that live here. This is our home. We have to look after each other. Our attitude also has to change. We throw everything everywhere. Come on, it will come back to us. I want all of us to be each other keeper. And once we do that, we will overcome some of this threat. Please, staff, yes, it is, it's not easy. We all pay a lot of money to come and live here. And for me, why I live where I used to live to come here, some of the promise that you said in your promotional video are the reason why I buy home here. I want a good home for myself and for my family. likewise all of you that sit here, please fulfill your promise for us. And you know, there's so much project that you're going to sell it out to us again. It is us that you sell. Please come back and help us. And the third party you mentioned here is a bus. Very unsafe. Kids are moving around. Kids are going to school. There are snakes all over. Please tell the third party to come and clear this bus for us. It's unsafe for us. It's unsafe for our family. That's what I have. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we just have a few questions for you. Yeah, if you are done, we just... Hello. Yeah, we just have a few questions that we want to ask. I don't know.
So they will have some few questions that they want to answer, and then so that they can just
So,
yeah, what do you want to say?
as far as the media is concerned.
yeah, we are done. Just to be clear in regards to this is a contract agreement, and like you guys said earlier in your press conference, it's more of what he convinced you or what was put onto the table that convinced you.
Yes.
And there is a law in this country that you don't obtain things through false pretense. And if one will say it, it's more of a false pretense that, okay, I will do this, and based on this, you guys were convinced and buy this land. Now that doesn't happen, and you know the promise has been there for far too long. How are you convinced that the promise that he gave us this recently, he will do that? And if he doesn't do that, what will be the next step of the residents in this area? Are you thinking of taking legal actions?
Yes, to be quite honest with you, with all this, we know this company in general, not because we're not single point in Mr. Njai. This is a company. We know their capacity. We know what they can do. And for us, to be honest, my opinion, I believe we are just being ignored. Because as a matter of fact, when we went there in one of the meetings, they actually showed us that they have these lights, these street lights in a magazine or in a warehouse. So why is it not that you just take the lights and come and fix them? Because you are ignoring the community. So for us, we believe they have the capacity. For us, we believe they can do this in a very short time, because in the statement that they sent to us, that they said they will do this around the end of this January, everything will be done. So we believe that is a possibility. And we're just urging them. This is why we're just crying. Everybody is actually, you know, giving a voice to remind him that these were things that he said. You understand? Because going to the courts or whatsoever, these are the last things that people really want to think. Because I don't have time to go to the court. Raymond don't want to go to the court every day. Nobody wants to do that. But at every day, we know their capacity, let them do it. But all what we have is this media that we come stand here and then give our voices to tell them that, look, this is what you said and you didn't do it because we don't really know your reason. But then please don't ignore the community. Don't just turn away and then turn around and just move on telling us that, you know, I mean, we handed over the estate and we are not the owners of the estate anymore. To be honest, this was really a very big slap on the face. I'm going to tell you this. It was a very, very big slap that, I mean, just coming with a statement that I don't own the estate anymore. For us, we really, really felt very much disrespected. And to be honest, you know, we really expected, you know, so much from them than what they just said. But with their capacity, of course, they can do it. And we believe that they can, to be honest.
All right, the last question. You guys have been the victims of these people that were caught here, and they have been going into compound and stealing, and so many materials have been missed.
Yes.
And we learned that they are granted bail. Are you, as a team, people living in this state, are you ready to pursue that matter or to follow it with the state or to make sure that justice is served those who are affected in terms of the stolen properties that have taken place in the estate, or you just want to leave it in the hands of the government just to do whatever they feel like to do with them?
Yes, you know, in every community they said we should trust the authorities, we should trust the police. We actually rely on them. I mean, we can say we trust them because this is actually in their hands. Because I will commend the police on one thing, that we, the community members, we were the one actually waking up that night like 1 a.m. in the morning, going around, checking places, make sure anybody that we just suspect, we will go into their homes, knock as friendly neighbors, and then until we found out that these people were actually engaged in such activities. We've been suspecting them for so long. So until that day, we found out, and most of us, we organized, we called the police, we called their attention, and they came and arrested the people. So hearing that they are bail on whatsoever condition, we don't know, because we said that there were some 3 charges actually pressed against them, that we don't even know how the charges were actually ended up. So to be honest, we also want them to enlighten the public more, and then really, I can clearly tell you, leaving those criminals to come back to communities, it's very dangerous. These people are very, very, very dangerous. In fact, when we went there, they actually had cutlasses. They're taking stones, throwing at people. Very, very aggressive. In fact, people like these kind of people, you just don't actually, be very soft. Put them aside, see what actually the laws dictates you to do or what is actually required to be done. You do it. But then just to leave them to loiter around and, being in the community like this, for us, we are actually, additionally, we are even more scared now. Because we all know, we all know the attitude of these people. We all know them. The very night that they came and we went to them, approached them, tried to talk to them, they were just actually at the shop here, playing loud music, insulting people here. So people, so much aggressive in that state, you shouldn't just be joking with this kind of matter. So we're just urging the police once more, we're renewing all our trust with them, and then we hope they will definitely do their job very well, and then really, these are very dangerous criminals. That's really what they should really think.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kabiri ye muta, sungol muta, ye sambala triya police, inte fonga tata jail. Nko police ole ko, ntol as community in Dalaba. Nsa sungol nyun sambano court le bang, ena ye kamban fule konye hani, alwo do ko to mansa kundale ba wokela. Ya jel. Sa ni wolo mansa kundale do ko to wala police wala do ko. Muna ne nyunu bula. Nta fangol tata fo je ngenyi ninka nsa nyun sambano court bang iko hani tolba do wokel sai muna ne be bulala anun taka ta bir kama court every time nka mol jele ka mun beli buka they never appear again itay jela itol ka mun fo ko nyun kan na jang ko ten tolta nyun sutela no ni nata jang suto nyun sinano nyun yalo ne ntol ka move jawato min anin ka tara jawato min sai ba nyun bel la mun dalil kama nte de nte kunkilo on tata nga report local area police more than 3 times. Kuma funti je kabiri yensunya sign dung mumbambul wal bambulo kon you live outside, you come into my compound, you are mine min diata nyembo wala kela ha because say mol batata le dal ani mun bele dula luasika niele dula luas moy kataje every 3 months ya mari jibe abela korda kono nyaadile ya jele bar say mol hadama dingo ni ko do mutadro ngabante kanyinal isa landlord je ay dula rent moy ati telephone joro sita amanyi nyaawo nyam police wal mbal ñinin kala de ali ñun bel dalilo min kam ngana long andu mumba funtila je ngana long katum bi janyama man safe ali ñunu bula itata stay dami suto sinano janne koteke mole balon na ala barka bak
Thank you very much. And that's all. This is the press conference or the press briefing that the people of the residents of Dalaba had, just to brief in regards to what actually transpired here last week. So thank you. Bye. All right, bye.